but imagine if that's a picture of me.
For our
Yellow is
downward
not
spiral, Lauren, go ahead.
yellow is
I'm gonna
not
go
my
off.
color. I purposely wore a bad color for you, so you felt
Why?
good. I don't know, because
You're
lately you've
so-
been real negative.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Before I go all where I'm going, I have a silly story for you.
Yeah, I look sick for you. You're welcome.
Thank
Okay.
you. That was very thoughtful of you. So
Go
I
on.
know I'm having a lot of feelings right now, and we can get to those maybe
We
later.
know.
I don't know yet, Lauren. Maybe I don't. Maybe I
We'll
do.
see
You
where it
have to
takes
wait.
us. We'll see where
But
it takes us.
last weekend, or this past weekend, me and Nora had a girls' trip. We went for the weekend to Florida together.
She came back, everyone. She came back.
I know, like, you're like, by the time this came out, you're probably like, she stayed. Like, it just makes sense that she stayed.
By the time this came out, you're like, she's dead.
She's dead. It's literally what Taylor said. So
But no.
we go.
Nope. She came back, everyone.
I
Breaking
stupidly
news.
decided to come back, and I'll get to being there. It was so needed. It was so good. It was so recharging. But when we decided to come home, and part of me coming back was probably because if not, I think I'd get charged with like kidnapping or something.
The law would get involved eventually.
Where like even my husband would be like you have to come back, you know?
I've seen enough Netflix originals to know that there's a point where a sheriff gets involved, a handsome older sheriff.
Exactly.
You know? So
he's
he
a
would have
little
brought you
weathered.
back.
He probably has a bad Boston or New York accent. We've
But he's
all
the
seen
best
them.
guy for the job. He's the best guy for the job.
He's your good friend John.
So I'm glad you came back, but I'm glad you went, you know.
Well, okay, so let's just fast forward to the coming back real quick, okay? So
when was that? That was
on Sunday morning.
A fortnight ago.
It feels like forever ago. Like when I came back, if I would have recorded, I would have so many stories and tales to tell, but I'm just a different person now. I've felt things that I can't unfeel, and it is what it is.
So valid.
When we flew there, it was like later in the day. Like we ended up getting to Florida, like landing there like after 10 p.m. And it was honestly exciting. Like it was me and Nora, just like a couple of girls in the world, well traveled, like
taking
everything.
The red eye, Mary-Kate and Ashley.
It really felt like like the Olsen twins. Like it felt like we were a team.
Felt like the closest you wanted to get to an actual red eye with an 8-year-old.
Fun fact. So I went to Florida, right? My younger sister, Court, was going to California for a wedding. We realized the day before we leave that we are on the same connecting flight to Maryland. So we're like,
that is like, wild. And doesn't stuff like that just make you feel like this is a simulation?
It's a simulation.
You know? When we missed our flight to my cousin's wedding, which I
remember that day,
the maid of honor, and then I just went to the fucking aquarium.
She was
full blown.
There were two ways you could have gone that day, and she was just like, she exited the narrative. She just said, "Good day."
I was either going to the aquarium or into the ocean, and I was like,
we all make those choices every single day of our lives.
One of these things is safer than the other, you know. In November in Boston. So we didn't need to get that sheriff back on the case.
You didn't.
But I was going to my cousin's
with your whole fam
in Nashville. Yes, and her brother was on the flight, so we were supposed to be with my parents. So imagine missing a flight with your family, and you're supposed to be with your parents.
Humiliating. Humiliating.
Absolutely. How dare they know I'm
all
just
your
a girl?
Aunts know before you get there. Like it's the talk of. They're like, "How's your flight?"
My mom probably texted JetBlue themselves. It was like,
imagine
this girl,
all of
this
the
girl.
hearts that were sent. They were like, I just hope Lauren makes it in time. XOXOXO.
But the cool part was that the flight that we picked up on and jumped on, my cousin's brother was on with his family. And they had a son. Well, they have a son that's very similar in age to Alaska. So the flight was a lot of fun. Like we sat near that, and like it was just one of those things that you're like, how is the world this small that I'm at this giant airport with all of these letters and numbers, and like you end up with your sister.
And there's my sister.
There's your sister.
My sister.
But honestly, knowing her, she stalked you. You know, this was.
Well, that's what then it became like, okay, like I sent you my flights and you're surprised. Like I never saw your itinerary. So like you should have known.
Okay,
So
Joe.
this is my first time booking my own flights for anything alone ever. Like Lucas, that falls under his job responsibilities. Like he books our flights. He's very organized. He's very just he books a flight. So I did this by myself. I was like, I'm a grown up. I can book a flight for my daughter and myself, right?
Yeah.
And I did. And I did.
You
So
can do a lot of things.
we lay over in Maryland and then we get to Florida. It's nighttime. It's exciting. We're surprising my niece and nephew. It's wonderful. We have a great time. So then we're coming back. And as I've probably said before, I have a lot of tummy troubles like at baseline.
Yeah.
And when I am nervous and in which I've been in perpetuity these past 2 weeks, just coming up on my surgery, I've just
She's
been like
so chill, everyone.
I've
Don't
been
even.
baseline like this far below above the ground, hovering. So we are coming back, and I'm just like it's setting on me that like my last big thing is done, like that I was looking forward to before like my big break, you know? And so
Is that what we're calling it today?
that's what we're calling it today.
For the next 15 minutes.
So coming home, my thought was, let's fly out super early so that we just have time to like decompress. Like I don't want to get home Sunday at 8 p.m., you know.
That is the dilemma of going home. Because
It's so
I
tricky.
always
Like what do you do?
So I always book the flights. I'm on the books at my house, you
She's the
know. And my
books, yeah.
husband, he's adorable. He goes on every vacation and he acts like it's a surprise that it's nice. He's like, "Wow, this is nice." And I'm
Is
like,
this all you right here?
I'm like,
You're like, this is what
He'll be
exactly
like-
what I picked out.
he'd be like, "This is amazing how close this is to that." And I'm like, it's almost like they give you a map, you know?
God.
Like, I'll Sacagawea you through Disney. You're welcome.
God.
You know?
Somebody
Another
has to.
European man not knowing where the fuck he's going.
One person has to in the relationship, and a lot of the times it's not going to be the man. But in this case,
So Luke is your Sacagawea.
he
You know,
is. He is.
But I always battle with this dilemma of like, do you want to enjoy the time the last day?
Yeah.
Because my parents, you know, they are of the Gen X boomer mentality, and it was always early flight home. It was rational.
early flight home.
It was you did not enjoy the last day. Everything was already clean, back
feel
in
like
our
it was
suitcases. Like my
almost
mom
early
was that
flight
lady.
both ways for us. Like I feel like going there, it was dark early because we were going to get our money's worth on that day as well.
Yes. But on that way home, I just feel like I am a romantic, that I want that last day to be like, we go for one more walk on the beach.
I wish I had dreamed bigger.
We go to the trinket shop, you know. I get that anklet that I've been mulling over with a turtle that, like, I don't fucking wear turtle anklets, you know. But
I would have been
do.
so much better off if I literally went for that turtle bracelet and left a few hours later because I
What
woke up
happened?
at like 4 a.m. So I'm just feeling anxious. I'm feeling nauseous. I'm feeling nervous about flying home. My belly's all upset. But I'm like, I'm the grown up here, so I guess I have to do this, you know? And Carrie drives us to the airport. We get to the airport, and immediately, like, I'm just like, my stomach is in knots. So I'm like nervous, anxious. I just don't feel well. I'm like, you know what? I'm a well-planned girly. Like I have anxiety medication for this situation. So like I'm going to take it. So I take my meds and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to relax. It's going to be okay. Just, you know, try to zone out a little bit. Well, we get to the gate, super nauseous. We're sitting there and they're like, I did the thing where I'm like, we're just bringing carry-ons. It's only 3 days. You know, we're going to be light travelers. I romanticize that. And they're like, if anyone wants to check their bag for free, we'll take it at the gate. And I'm like, you know what? Going home, why
Like,
not?
Free.
It's
I'll do it.
It's for me. I don't feel like carrying this right now because I'm nauseous. So I give them my bag. Well, guess what was in my bag? My anxiety meds. And guess what? I threw up right after I gave away the bag. My anxiety meds. So me and Nora get onto this plane, and Nora is just she is such a rock of a person. Like she has her wild side, but when it comes down to like something happening that's serious or like needs attention, like she will just sit there like rubbing your hands. Like she is just someone that really grounds you. And typically me and her being together is like the most laid back I could be. So what I've been feeling lately has just been more than that lately. Like it's just been unmanageable. It's just been a lot. We get on the plane and the plane is literally 90 degrees, Lauren. And I'm just like, you know me, I do not like the heat. Like
Yeah.
I hate the heat. I'm
You
nauseous.
and my husband start freaking acting up when
My
it gets a little
SSRIs
warm.
are getting
When it
me
gets
all
warm.
frazzled.
And I am the hand rubber. So when you two get all frazzled, I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Well, we get onto the plane, Lauren, and I'm like, you know, I
hate
don't
the
use
heat
public
of a plane
bathrooms.
though. The heat on a plane like that just like
Well, the captain thinks he's so smart, and he gets on the plane and he goes, don't worry, we know it's hot. We'll turn the air on in like 20 minutes or something. And I was like, literally beads sweating down my head. And I'm not even really a head sweater. So, like, you know, I'm hot. I'm anxious. I feel like I'm going to throw up. I'm eyeballing where the paper throw up bag is in my seat already because I'm just like, this is my worst nightmare. And, like, if you know me at all, you know that my biggest phobia in life, there's two. Literally two. Public bathrooms and throwing up in public. Like, these are the two things that keep me up at night my entire life. Well, guess what my least favorite bathroom of all is? An airplane bathroom. And guess what I had to do in it? Throw up, Lauren. So I'm like, I'm gonna throw up. It's either in the seat or it's in the bathroom. But guess what? I have a child with me. I can't just leave my baby
I know.
in the seat. But
That's
she
a
can't
whole
fit
like
bathroom with me.
that's a whole thing.
So I'm a thinker. I think on my feet. I'm holding in my throw up. I go to the bathroom. There's a stewardess directly next to the bathroom. And I go, bestie, I'm going to be sick. Can you please sit with my daughter while I go to the bathroom so that this can happen? And she does. And we get back to the seat. And me and Nora sit down. I put on a movie for both of us. And I just like pretty much duck my head on the table and just try to deep breathe out of this, what was turning into a literal panic attack. Like, I'm just so revved up right now, right? All this happens. Everything settles down. We're watching our things on our TV and we land, right? And in my head, I didn't say this initially. I'm like, same flight both ways. We're going Providence, Landover, layover in Maryland, and then we're going to Sarasota. And then we're doing the same thing going back, okay? That's what I know. That's what I planned.
Yes.
We get off the plane, and I just look at this airport, and I'm like, this looks so different. And I'm like, it's probably because it was the nighttime when we were here last time, you know? And then all of a sudden, Nora looks at me, and she goes, I think we're in a different state than last time. And I was like, no, like we definitely, like I booked it. Like we're going to Maryland. And she goes, Mom, I think we're in Atlanta, Georgia. I swear to God, Lauren, this shows you like where I was at. And I just want to show you, if you're watching our YouTube, I'm wearing an Atlanta airport sweatshirt. So we get there
to commemorate this time in her life.
I look around. I'm like, I'm thinking it's that Netflix show where like they transfer to another time. I'm like, I threw up so hard on that airplane. We got sucked into another dimension.
Redirected.
We got redirected to Georgia. And I'm just like, Nora, how do you know we're in Georgia? And this shows you how not okay I was at the time. She goes, well, there were 3 reasons I knew that we were in Maryland. And I go, please tell me. She goes, the first one was when we got to the airport, I looked at the screen and it said Atlanta, Georgia.
That's such a good reason.
She goes, number 2, when we were getting off of the plane, on the announcement, they said, you've arrived in
Welcome
Atlanta.
To Georgia.
They said, Georgia.
They said, welcome, you're in Georgia.
I had on noise-canceling headphones, everybody, because I was trying not to throw up in my middle seat next to a
You were
gentleman.
being chaperoned by your 8-year-olds.
I had her blocked by the window so no one could steal her, and I was deep breathing into my noise-canceling headphones. That was all I could do.
You were making sure that no one stole her, but she was making sure then no one stole you.
Exactly.
And
it was
then
a
no one was
group
you
effort.
from
It was
you.
a group effort. And she goes, and the third reason was when we got off the plane, I looked and the bathrooms looked different than Maryland, and they said, "Welcome to Atlanta." And everybody, that's on just being a human. But I just thought,
Well, the
when-
thing is that when you're picking the flights, when you do the like plus your, so they say round trip, right?
Round
they
trip?
say here's round trip, but then they say
it shows a dot in the
pick
middle.
another flight, right? And then it's like plus $0 plus, and then all of a sudden it's like plus $400, and you're like, whoa,
You're like, I want
you know?
the plus $50 one
Yeah.
instead.
So I have time and time again thought that I've picked one and picked. I haven't quite not realized it till
Thank
I've
you
gotten
for
there.
saying at least. Yeah, I
That's
think
new,
that was panic
but
attack induced.
I have gotten to my like cart or to
And
my
been
like
like-
confirmation and been like, oh, didn't want to go, 2 hours in the wrong direction, but there
and
we
I'm
are.
not proud. I'm not proud of it. I'm not. I'm really not. And I say this, I come as a humble servant of the podcast to just say, like, I am a human and I am really, really, really stressed out right now and anxious, and life can get the best of you even as a mom. And I
Yeah.
think it's important to just be like, now listen, did I have a moment where I was like, my mother would simply never.
But when
I'm
you boil
ashamed.
it down, when
I'm
you boil
ashamed.
down the pasta of all of this, okay, doesn't
Don't tell
matter.
my mom.
Doesn't matter if you are trapped in a smelly, fluorescent lit airport in Atlanta or in Maryland. Is it different? It's not really different. Like I
not.
could see if you accidentally booked an Airbnb in the wrong place, then I would
Then-
say you were trying to Gone Girl yourself. But
just was
for
trying to
this,
get from
I
A
feel
to
as
B.
though there is no difference. You got a different novelty sweatshirt after your panic attack.
It
and I
just
love
felt
that for
right.
you.
I felt like I had to wear this sweatshirt with a badge of
Like I
honor, and
went-
also I had sweat through my other sweatshirt, so I just needed a new one.
I have been to the Atlanta airport. We had a
It's
layover there.
huge.
They got a half-inch of snow, canceled our flight, and we were stuck. We were like, what is happening? Us and our northern attitudes were at the window, like, what the fuck's going on? Like, but they just don't have
You're
like the
buckle
materials.
up.
Yeah, or at the time they didn't have the materials. They were like, nope, we can't. We just can't fly. And it was
My
Spirit,
God.
so we like got kicked off our other flight because Spirit's just like, yeah, you have a ticket, but you can't go. So I
Flying
feel
is just
like
crazy.
you really are I was going to say when you fly or when you're doing like those connectors and then even when you do like a bus to airplane situation, you are just at the will of the people herding
like
you
an
around. You are
actual
cattle.
explorer.
Like
When we
Oh,
got to the
you had a
Dominican,
you had a more optimistic approach to it, but I just feel like cattle. Like I feel like they're
No.
like get off the bus, get off the bus. And you're
when
like,
we landed, when we went away this summer and we landed in the Dominican and we got into a bus and they're like, we'll take you 45 minutes to your hotel. You're just like, I hope so.
right?
Like, I hope so.
You're
I'm
like,
not steering the ship.
you're like, could we pay half for my child if you're kidnapping her? Like,
Yeah, like at least give us a good deal.
yeah, you have a map in your hand, so it must be legit. But I do love
can't.
that you got to go on your trip.
I
And
did,
while
and I
you
had
were
a
away-
great time. I
While
really
you're
did.
away, I did something.
What'd you
I
do?
fucking I can't. If you've seen my nails just in passing since we started the pod, if you're watching the YouTube, like I have claws.
She
I have
does.
standy claws.
Oh my
These-
god!
I simply cannot with these. Okay, so
Do you like them? What do you feel?
I am stressed out by them. Okay, so first of all, I go to the salon. I go to the nail salon by myself. Right, my daughter's at
It's
school.
like getting on an airplane as the only adult. It's scary.
Yes, we are 2 weeks into Alaska's surgical recovery, and she's just starting to feel like better.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm like, I'm going to go get my nails done. I'm going to get them done for Halloween, whatever. I'm being the other mother.
Yes.
If you've seen
Yes.
the Instagram, we're doing Coraline. So I'm like, I want something almond, I want short almond, whatever. And I saw this ombre. I was like, so cute. So I get down in the chair and like I don't request, like, I don't have a nail lady, I
Right.
get what I get, I don't get upset, but, like, I
Exactly.
can feel them out pretty quick, and she was
Yeah.
not there to chat with me, and she was not there to, like, listen to me, and that's fine, like, I'm okay.
You're like, "That's what I paid for.
I'm like,
That's what I
"Thank
pa
you,
that's
take
what I
my
paid
money,
for.
do whatever you want."
It's
So,
$400, perfect." For nails I
do
didn't
what you
want.
feel is right, woman that met me
What you
30
want for
seconds
me is
ago.
what matters.
So I look at her and I show her this picture and it's like short, short almond. And it is this ombre. Like I feel as though the ombre,
Yeah, I really like the color. That's
I'm
cool.
going to respect the artist. Like she took her
Yeah, she
time with
did
an
it.
airbrush. So we get to the shaping and I say short, short almond, short, short.
She
And
says
she
no.
looks at me and she's like, yeah, sure, whatever, lady.
She's like, "You know what? We're not
lady
gonna give you."
attached lady attached to these hands, and she just starts like doing the shaping, and the first one is the pinky, which I feel is always misleading, right?
It
And
is.
so I look at her and I'm like, oh, a little shorter, and then she goes at him again. She's like, okay, and she holds my hand up at me again, and then I'm like, oh, maybe a little shorter, and now I feel like I'm pissing her
You
off.
can't you don't wanna say it thrice. You don't
I
wanna
look
ask
at her
3
I look
times.
at her and I'm like, those are kinda long. Like, still I said, "Still a little long," I think was what I said to her, and she looks at me and she goes, "No,
No.
longer is more beautiful." And she just goes to the next nail, Stephanie.
This is
So
her
then
job.
so I say, "Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna be more beautiful and shut up." So, I'm like, "I'm strong, smart, and more beautiful. Thank you." I
And
tip
that's
her
why we get almond
30%.
nails.
So now we're finishing up, and once you get the color on them, I'm like, wow, I am cruel. I look like I'm gonna murder
Yeah,
Dalmatians
she
later.
looks like she's gonna kill someone's like, she's gonna marry your ex-husband and kill him for money, is what they're
Yeah,
giving.
and I'm like a cat villain the whole time. You didn't even know. Sassy
Mhm.
second wife cat villain. That's what these are giving.
Yes. What are you
So
gonna
now
do?
I walk out like a fucking newborn bebe. Okay, I tip her 30%. I tip her
You
30%.
say, "Perfect."
I say perfect. I can't open my doors, so like I'm
You're trying to put your pin in the pad, whatever it's called, your digits. Can't find them.
Yeah, like I literally can't text. I'm trying to reach my husband. I'm like, so I get home and I show my husband, and he's like, wow, he's like, those are slutty. And I'm like, they are slutty. I think they're slutty. And
Yeah, we're self-aware about it. I
and
didn't
I'm
get
like,
red chrome by accident,
and if I
okay?
saw these on just a woman out in the wild, I'd say, wow, beautiful. But when I am living in them, I feel like I'm
Yes.
out in lingerie. Like, I don't
I
know.
get
It's
that.
not who I
I
am.
get that.
So I just feel as though like I've been on leave. So I've just been like
A
adapting to
slut.
this. I've been slutty. Longer is more beautiful. That's what I've been told. But
I love it.
I love it. I love it. But I'm also a healthcare professional, okay? And
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It's not
if I
practical
came
for your
at
work.
your grandmother on
What if you caught her
Coumadin
carotid with
on a
those?
blood thinner, I'm gonna fuck her up. Like this
You
is
shouldn't.
absolutely
What are you
unacceptable.
gonna do?
So, as you know, I have a can-do attitude. I always have and I always will. So
Did you buy
I
a
now
Dremel?
have been putting together this nail kit, and I watch TikToks about doing nails because I can't
Of
watch
course.
YouTube videos anymore.
Well, I
I
was
don't have
gonna
the
say
attention span.
it's like our father's YouTube is what TikTok is for us in the research.
So tomorrow I will be the other mother. I'll do ASMR with these. I'll be
With
real
shorter
I'll
nails.
be real slutty one last time. No, I'm going out on a bang.
One last time.
One last time.
I've been
But
saying that
then,
all week.
but then Jeff Bezos is gonna bring me an acrylic nail clipper, and I already have a nail drill.
Well,
And
you're
I've
getting ready for
watched-
me
I've
also.
watched approximately 45 seconds of reshaping nails on the internet, and I'm
Enough.
gonna go at it because I feel as though this would be a disservice as a nurse if I
To
had to do
someone's
anything.
grandma's.
I don't even think I could open a bottle of fentanyl, if I wanted to.
It would be a problem. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my nails done one last time before I've been using the George Washington bit because so now it's like I'm in under a week to the surgery, so I'm like, this is the last time I'll fucking put in a Shaw's order and pick it up. Like everything is one last time. So I'm gonna get my nails done one last time, and then
Okay.
you're gonna be my nail tech.
Well,
So
I
I'm
love that. 'Cause
excited to take your show on the road.
if there's one thing I love about a post-op Stephanie, it's
Experimenting on my
it's
self-care.
experimenting with her and what is it called? Exploiting her. So
Yeah.
I will definitely be doing ridiculous shit on your nails just because 3D art, and I'll be like, longer is more beautiful, Stephanie.
And
Shut
the
up.
thing is, like, I'm not going to be taking care of myself that much, so like, who cares how slutty my nails are? Because it's not my problem. Like, it's whoever is taking care of me's problem. Lucas,
Longer is more
i.e.,
beautiful.
and longer is more beautiful. So
And that's why I can't even hate
Tomato,
on that type
potato.
of nail tech, because I would be that nail tech.
yeah, you'd be like, honeys.
I know better. I know better. But I love that. I can't wait to be your nail tech. I feel like this is going to be a whole, like, I might make a TikTok series about it.
I feel like we should. Like, it should be our bit. Like, you should come over, like, and
gonna
like
get a
make it a
smock.
shtick. Like,
I'm gonna get a
you know,
smock.
bring a smock. Yes.
I'm
I
gonna
want you
get
to
an
come with
outfit.
gossip.
Have you seen the TikToks of the people getting pedicures and then they like rub the person's face with their foot?
Oh my God, yes.
It's an actual nightmare. Like, I don't
That's
have
my
a foot
literal
fetish.
nightmare.
I don't judge people with foot fetishes, fetish, fetishes, but I don't have one. So when I see a video of it, I'm kind of like, but there's a lot of videos of
They're like, gotcha. And I'm like, no, you got me. Like, I wasn't here for this. Wrong audience.
You got yourself. I hate that. But what else do you have to say?
I did want to talk a little bit about something that's been making me happy. And I'm just going to say it. Dancing with the Stars, Lauren.
I watched the Wicked episode.
I'm obsessed. I feel like, you know how sometimes shows lose touch with us and they're just doing things that no one cares about anymore. I feel like Dancing with the Stars is like, no, we hear you. Like, you want a Wicked night. You want a dedication night. You want, what else did they just do? They just did Halloween night, which I'm obsessed.
Disney night,
They
but
do
I
a
feel like
Disney
they did like a really good
They're
Disney
catering.
night. Like, it wasn't.
They
yeah.
did.
They have a good focus group. Whoever's judging what they should do, keep doing it. But
Exactly. And I've been needing to
love
zone out on something, and that's been it.
And I love a show like this because we have 8-year-olds, and it's just like, it's such murky territory. But it's murky territory of like what's good to watch with them, what's not good, because they definitely this is such a good show to watch with your kids. I feel the same way about like The Masked Singer and like Is It Cake? Like those types of shows.
You know?
Yes, and we all watched Wicked
love
Night.
it.
Like, even my husband watched that one with us.
So good.
And honestly, like, I feel as though like this season, there's one old man. I think his name's Andy. And my husband didn't really understand the show at first. He was like, "Why is he competing against the woman that did like a backflip?" I was like, for the American people, you know, like America needs something right now. America needs something.
We need it. That's what we need.
But this year or this season or whatever, there are a lot of good fucking dancers. Like Mr. Irwin,
dancing through life. That made sense.
My friend the other day said he was hot, and I was like, I know that I like a dirty pirate man.
My sister says that too.
You know?
Court says that. It's not for me. I love him.
No, he gives like Pixar dad, like hot Pixar dad, which is not my cup of tea. But he literally looks like an animation. He looks like Fix It Felix for me.
And he also feels younger than he is, which I love about him. Like, I love his youthful spirit, but like I can't. But
he belongs on Broadway.
He belongs on Broadway.
Out of 10, and they said that to him on the Wicked episode, and I was like, absolutely. Like, he is so enthusiastic about it, and I'm glad that you're watching it, because I feel like that alone will keep you off the ledge, you know?
It's that every time like I start to feel it, I'm like, let's just watch Alex Earl do a, double pirouette or something. But yeah, Wicked Night was great. Halloween Night I watched most of, and So, so good. I always love Halloween night because it's kind of like creepy and spooky, and I love a themed night, but I've been super into it, and I don't know. I've just been needing little things to pull me out of my head because, like, the elephant in the room is that I am having surgery, and we probably have, another episode or two before that, and then we have to do a shift.
Who's counting? Who's counting?
Me, I'm counting everything right now. That's the OCD for you. I'm just like, one last time, every time.
One last
Every time.
time.
And
Yeah, you're
I
getting
guess
really getting really tallies on the wall, but we'll probably have at least 1 to 2 more episodes before pre-op.
But that's
Yeah.
not to say like there will always be after. Listen, I've done this before and I'll probably do it again. And if there's one thing
Why are you
about
saying
me,
that?
stop. Knock on wood. Knock on
I'll
wood.
probably do it again.
I'm such a black cat right now. I just feel like a walking broken mirror, but we will continue on from my Grandpa Joe bed as planned.
Yes.
And I don't know. I
you
just
are
feel like
well-
we know what to
go
do.
on. Yes, we know what to do. And we know that the trajectory is always like at a pace that we can tolerate.
Yeah.
As podcasters, we really are pushing ourselves because the Rudies out here are rooting. Like our downloads are over 1,000 for the month for the first time ever. We have close to 1,000 monthly listeners right now, and that is just absolutely wild to us. So, although Steph is going to get her leg cut off and into, we will find a way to bring you our misery at a speed that we find tolerable. And it'll probably be intolerable for some because Steph, for some reason, gets out of the hospital. She's high on like some type of opiate, and she's like, "We should record a record a podcast."
I go,
and I'm
you know
like,
what'd
"Are you
be fun?
sure?"
Recording everything I have to say while I'm on a lot of medications.
There is one time, okay, and I just want to bring up a good post-op time that you were like so sweaty. You were like in your sports bra and you're sitting like this and you're on the edge of your couch and you're making your husband set up your microphone and you're like, and I'm looking at you and I'm like, we don't really like have to do this tonight. And you're like, do you want to make a video before we start?
And that's the thing about me is I am like, I'm
admirable.
Down.
That's admirable because you are down. Because even though you're throwing up on a plane that you don't know where it's going to, you were down to get off and buy the novelty sweatshirt. And a lesser woman might have had another mental breakdown and threw
another
up more,
one.
But you said, what the hell is the difference? They all sell beef
That's what
jerky.
That's what I was trying to get out. So thank you for saying that. And exactly, like I think right now the thing for me is that it's so close that I'm actually starting to feel scared about the procedure itself and like the feeling of going through knee surgeries are obviously not anything to laugh about. Like they suck. Everybody knows it. And I know I'm going to have to go through that. But once I come out on the other side, I know my crazy ass. And it's going to be like, you want to record a podcast?
Yeah, you'll be like timing out your med administration with us recording so that you can tolerate it. It'll be so fun. It's going to be if the Rudies
like
are new. If the Rudies are new, they're gonna get an experience that some of the OGs have already had before.
It's gonna be like a kumbaya for all of us. But we have to Rudy review while I'm living in my living room.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
In a world where everything is so like planned and orchestrated and standardized and like everything like I even found myself as a post-operative healthcare professional, like on Pinterest, like baby hospital bags, like what, like why do I know that I need next to nothing. Like I just like, I don't know why, but you find yourself because that's the culture that we live in, or it finds you. It's like, pack my baby's hospital bag with me on your For You page. And you're like, no, like I don't want to.
Yeah.
But I found myself really falling into that. And then when it came to Alaska getting her procedure, I was like, oh shit, she's also going to be in pain. Like, I feel like that's the last thing you actually think about is that like, you are an actual, Yeah, like you're not Sally from The Nightmare Before. You're not just gonna stitch your leg by yourself. You know, like that is
Exactly.
going to be an
It's such a
actual.
pure, like, feeling, like, fear. Like, it's so primitive. Like, it's just something everybody feels. And right now, it's like, I think that's one of the reasons that I'm like, I've been like, don't try to make me feel better, please. Like, that's been my MO. And I
That's
think
been
it's
stamped on
because
your forehead.
right now I'm just like, now I'm just knowing it's going to hurt and it's going to be hard. I know I'm not going to be able to walk for a while. Those things are true. So I just want to feel those things. Like I'm just in this
Yeah,
kind of like, I
yeah,
don't
and
even know. It's weird.
pain and like going through anesthesia, like all of that is such a subjective experience, and it's such a like
Truly.
you cannot anticipate a proper like you can't really think up a proper scenario for it
Because you
how
just
it's
don't
actually going to
know.
go. So you think of all the crazy shit that's going to happen. And I
Yes.
always like I a lot of people wake up with me in the recovery room,
Well,
okay?
that's
Humble
exact.
brag.
That's your shtick.
When they wake up, they're like, "Oh my god!" Like I would say, because I know that I know you don't want my positivity, but I keep like shoving it up your ass because somebody has to. She's like, just tell me that nothing's gonna get better, and I'm like, I don't think I should. I don't think that's what I'm supposed to do as a friend. You're like, if you're a good friend, then you're gonna tell me that fucking my life sucks. I'm like, I'm not gonna do
Or
that.
else you fucking literally don't love me.
Steph sent me like a 3-minute thing. She's like, Lauren, if you don't fucking tell me.
Are you fucking
I was
kidding
like,
me?
oh my god.
But
And
you
then I'm like,
understood the assignment.
but I did.
You
But
did.
I have to say that when these people wake up, the first
I'm a
thing
little
that
better right
everyone
now.
says to me is like, that was not as bad as I anticipated it to be. And I'm like, yeah, or
I
they're like,
just
it's
wanna
already
wake up.
over. And I'm like, it is already over because you built it so big in your head. But
Yeah.
as we know, time passes whether we like it or not. Like, I can't believe that I am at the end of Alaska's recovery. I have been dreading every adverse event that could happen. And she
Yes.
had a little bit of a speck of bleeding, okay? And they tell you when their tonsils bleed, like even a bit.
They're like,
Even
call
a-
the police.
yeah. So I was like, all right, I'm going to be rational. Like, this is day 8. We're going to be okay. She had the worst weekend from days 7 through 10. Misery. I'd rather take a kid, like I said, I think I said on the last pod, fresh out of the operating room for me versus that.
Yes.
Awful. Then all of a sudden she
Recovery
wakes up.
sucks.
And then all of a sudden she wakes up like a new human yesterday. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, I can't believe that I endured all of that. You
She's
know,
like-
like, and she endured all of it. But then it's like, now she's eating pretzels upstairs. Like, it never fucking happened. Like,
That's the part that always trips me up is that when
You're like,
people
we
are acting
lived
like it never
past it.
happened. But you're like, I was just checking your mouth for blood. What
I
are
was
they
up
a fortnight
the
ago?
entire night. It was the spookiest of girls' nights because I didn't sleep a wink. I was like, this couldn't be spookier because like I am terrified.
Yeah, I'm
But
scared.
it's like it's not even living through it. I think for me, it's living like beyond it. That like
Yes.
I get so tripped out with because I am like, wow, like I'm not even that person anymore that was worrying about it because now I have new worries, you know, and
Well,
like
that's exactly it.
yeah,
That's exactly
so I
it.
feel like you're gonna go the distance and you're gonna make it. And you had
Probably.
you had a few last Super Bowls. Like I feel like you got
I did. I
you
made
were-
a broom. I went
you
to
were like,
Florida.
one last time.
Put a finger down if you had a panic attack on a plane this week. That's just me.
You had a trunk or treat that
Oh
you
my
enjoyed.
god! I had a beautiful trunk or treat. We had trunks and treats. We did. Those were.
I won first place.
She did. The other
honestly,
mother.
it was probably because of my nails. No,
There
we
was
did a
no
Coraline
awards
setup.
given at mine, but I would say the town was talking and that they were loving it.
These millennials, everybody wants a ribbon.
Everybody wants a ribbon. I want like a fair and square ribbon. I want the most people
me
to say like
too.
yours is the best. You know?
They released our votes, and I was like, "Oh my god, we fucking kill!" I didn't need that for my ego, but
Well-
like Kenny said, like when we arrived to trunk or treat, like we're just those parents, and like
yes,
that's
we
the
just
thing,
take it so serious.
And we take everything so serious.
Yeah.
Like, there are people that when they get their legs broken, I feel like they're not even thinking about, you're thinking like, am I going to be able to fucking hide a turkey? You know?
Yeah, like no, literally.
Like as if you're not going to have to hide. I don't know what those fucking turkeys are doing, what kind of
The
fucking
things
mob
I've been
activity they
spiraling
have.
about, the things I have been spiraling
But we are
about.
those parents, and it's okay if you're not that parent. Like, you probably have other great qualities as a parent. But
I'm like,
I
who's
give
gonna
so
schmoove
much
the shelf
shit.
perfectly?
Right? I'm probably gonna have to come over and do that, you know, like
I'm gonna have
just
to
for the
build
wow
sets.
factor.
I'm gonna have to build sets while they're at school from my bed, and then you're gonna have to assemble them when they're
And
sleeping.
you know, as a veteran schmover, that you don't have to have like an elaborate set every day, but you
But
do have
some
to
of
have
the
like
days you do.
every 6 days at least.
At least every 6 days. There has
At least.
or like
More
if it's
than
just
weekly.
if it's just perched somewhere for like 3 days in a row, everyone starts to get concerned.
Or you have to make like a really elaborate one about how he's sick. You're like, he has COVID, he's in a jar.
One in
Mama's
doubt.
tired.
One in
But,
doubt. COVID joke.
But we are those parents. And when we
Yes.
got to trunk or treat, it was very evident that we are those parents because we are like you
Yes.
said, like it's like we're having our fucking open air gallery. Like this is our fucking it is my Sistine Chapel. Like
Well,
I'm like
to your Amanda just having to hang lanterns from my trunk for me while I hang the floating broom from fishing wire. Like we
there
take
were
it very
parents
seriously.
there were parents fighting. There were parents yelling at their children. Me and my husband were those people that, like, you know, on a cooking show where there's always like that really
You have 30
lovable
minutes,
little
chef.
quirky one, and then like the one that's actually doing everything.
Yes.
That was us as the duo. And it was like towards the end, it was like, we don't need that. You know how they're always like, that's never gonna stay at the top of the cake. Just forget it. Eat it.
Yes. Throw it
Eat
away.
that fondant.
Burn
That was
it.
us towards the end, and I was like, you know, he's the tall one, so I'm like, tape it to the ceiling, and then he's like,
Yelling
and we
at
got
him.
it done,
You did.
and we won first prize. And I found out later that we actually ran out of candy, and we had like a lot of voters too, because they released like the number of votes. So I was very proud.
Was it by a landslide?
It was by a fucking landslide.
My
I didn't need
God.
them to tell me that I won by a landslide because I was
But
so.
you did. You love
but
it.
also, like, even just like having that nice
You're
setup.
like, I care.
And this is where I come from. For the parents that like don't come from this angle of like you have to paint a box that looks exactly like a movie set. If you don't, buckle in because I know that Steph feels this way.
Yeah.
This for me is my way of helping my child connect with her community.
Yes.
You might have your own way of razzle dazzling it. You know, you might be the softball coach or you might be the mom that comes in and reads. But for me, it's like for my daughter's friends to come back, they circled back to say bye. They're like, I just want to say bye, Lennon, because she's got like this badass setup. So when she knew that she won, she was thrilled. And it's funny because we were like, it was an absolute badge of honor. And she was so proud. But we were saying, we were like, you know what? Like, we are going to let you have like tomorrow off if you want. You won. We'll go shopping. Like, we'll go out to lunch. We're all home still. Alaska finally feels better.
Mm-hmm.
She looks at us. And I know that Nora would feel the same way.
She's like, and Miss My Roses. Are you
freaking school? That's just going to be on the
me?
morning announcements.
Yeah. She's like, do you hate me? All of that and not to be there on the morning announcements?
Pledge allegiance to my trunk
to Lennon.
or treat and vibe.
No,
so then
that same brand of crazy.
And being the craziest, gentlest parent that they make, I'm so soft. It's probably pathetic. It's marshmallowy. You know, there's a boomer out there calling me a snowflake, and it's fine. I'm okay with it.
I'll take it.
I'm cold. And I go, Lennon, just in case, like, they might not say it on the morning announcements. I don't know, you know? Like, I know that this might be, like, a thing that they don't announce, and don't worry about it. And she goes, Mom.
It's political.
She looks at me. She goes, Mom, I'm going to make sure everybody knows, but I'm going to be a good winner about it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to dismiss you and we'll go to Olive Garden.
Yeah,
and she was
exactly.
She was like, bet.
You're like, can you tell everybody by 1 p.m.?
She's like, I got 10:45.
Yeah.
10:45 will be theater, and you can bust me out. Everyone will know.
We love the cat will be out of the bag.
But lo
I'm
and behold, it was on the morning announcements. So
Thank
I was
God.
really happy for
Thank
her.
God. Let
It was a
freedom
huge win
ring.
for us. It was a
I
big
love
win for
that.
me. Like it was
Well,
definitely
as the leader, of the trunk, I feel like I take it very personally. I take it very seriously, and like you said, I want it to be where the children come together, and there was that moment. So we had our enchanted forest in which we had a cardboard teepee laced with glowing ivy. My fucking cat right now. Like, just can you not, Knox? With ivy. And then there was a blanket laid out and a floating broom and candles. And there was a moment where the kids were just like Nora, Lennon, a couple of the school friends were sitting in the middle, eating their candy, holding the candy like to hand out to people. And they were just like, you want to pet our toad? And they were just holding up our Is It Cake toad. But they were hanging out there and they were having fun there. And it's like, this is why I save all that cardboard, because I want to make a special moment. Like you said, like it's not because I need to win. Like it really isn't. Like the winning is
No.
exciting because they're excited about that. The win for me is that they love it and the kids think it's cool. Like that's my
absolutely.
win.
And I am me. I'm who I am, and I am a theater girly, and we know that, and I love
Yeah.
a bit. So the thing about my trunk is that I am always part of the bit. So I
Course.
had on button eyes. I had a portal, and I was literally afterwards. Kenny was like, "You realize that?" He goes, "A lot of those parents were really into you threatening to stab their children." Because I was like, "Come look in my portal. You'll come to my other world, and I'll sew buttons in your eyes. You can stay
Listen,
forever."
people
Like
are into
I
what they're
have
into.
I have to be that bitch. I have to
I'm
be
a method
part
actor.
of. I have to be part of the bit. This
Well-
is my little haunted house that you showed up to.
Of
My
course.
little
This is my
square of
trunk.
the haunted planet.
This
you
is
know?
my trunk.
I drive this trunk.
I drive this trunk around. When you weren't there for my initial performance, but at Nora's party when we did the potion
Ugh,
station,
I'm so sad. You
I
did
had a full
you did a
wizard
good reenactment.
accent. I did. I gave you your performance as any actor would. But
Yes.
like you, like I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna wear the pointed ears. I'm gonna do it all for you,
And
even
once
if I break my
again-
leg doing it.
And I feel like I was always that person. I was definitely louder. I was definitely more boisterous, but I did not have a confidence with it.
Mm-hmm.
I really took a long time to be like, this is who I am. I know that the decibels for me are just more, but you step back or buckle in.
That comes with motherhood too, that confidence, because you're like, you want to be confident to teach them to be confident.
But that was exactly it. She walked away from it and she was like, you know what? I am looking at my pink palace right now, Rudy's, okay? And it fucking took me too many hours. I don't even, now that I look at it and like the amount of time that I put into fucking painting a fictional fence that nobody can see at night
And
is
that's why
probably ill.
and that's why the TP lives in my living room now.
But this is literally going to become Alaska's room decor too. So stay tuned,
exactly.
Rudy's.
And as
like,
it should.
But I feel like I was like, oh my goodness, like our decorations were so beautiful. My 8-year-old looked at me and she gave me the biggest compliment. She looked at me and she said, "We only won because you did the whole time acting. You were the actor." She said, "And you made everybody smile and you made the kids scared." And she said, and so many people were like, "I love Coraline." She's like, "But we really, next year, we all have to stay in character." And I loved that that's something that she wants to take on because
Definitely.
as they get to this weird, developmental
Believing and not believing kind of transitional.
We're in
age.
we're definitely in choppy waters right now of development.
There's chatter in the schoolyard that makes me sad.
Ugh, I fucking hate. I hate 8-year-old boys. Okay,
I'm like,
so
can you give us one more fucking year? Like, for real?
I learned something when I was 8, and I never unlearned it. I hate 8-year-old boys. I'm so.
Same. I feel like they're just the worst.
They are, but with all of that being said, for them, I feel like for them to establish this confidence and know that it gets them recognized and know that it still
Yes.
brings people to the yard, that it's not going to make you the weirdo.
Exactly.
I
Or being the
picture
weirdo is cool.
being the weirdo is cool. Like, I picture me and her at her freaking, high school trunk or treat, just being the Sanderson sisters together.
It can only
Like,
get worse, and by worse I mean better from here.
yes, like it is just the little elaborate traditions that we are starting now that we said, like, we are traditionalists. Like, I
Yes.
will fucking, we are going to do shit just because that's what we do.
Well, yes.
I love that she
exactly.
takes such pride in it already because I only see it growing. And I mean, when your girlie showed up and was like, your trunk's the best, and literally our trunk, we stayed up. Everybody else was gone.
Keep thing afloat. We are on our way. We ran out of theater. We're like, we will be there. Keep the Pink Palace open, and you did.
And she said, I think I'm gonna vote for yours.
She legit looked around for the voting. I was like, it's gone. Like, it's gone. It's rigged.
Gone
They
with the
couldn't take
lights.
another vote. But
it was
we
that
loved
pride
it.
that, like, I needed. And I feel as though spooky season has been bumpy. Like, the weather is weird.
Yes.
The fucking planet is weird. The country is, I don't know,
Weird
scary.
feels too nice. Yeah.
Weird
Spooky.
yeah, weird
Spooky.
feels. I wish the country was weird.
I wish the country was weirder and less spooky.
But as we try to, like, make these fucking things happen, every time it passes, I look at my partner, I look at Kenny, and I look at my friends in my village, and I'm like, we fucking did it, guys.
Yeah.
Like, we pulled it off again, like another fucking holiday celebration, cheermeister, give me the sweater and the who pudding, and, like, you
That's
get
right.
it done no matter what. It always looks different.
Yes.
It's always on a different budget.
Yes. Yeah, truly.
The budget changes dramatically with the economy, but we get it
but
done.
The
They're still the fucking magic
stays
makers.
the same. The razzle dazzle level stays the same.
You're gonna do it on one leg. Show me your fucking weird lizard thing you made. Show everybody. Show the class. I know you have it. I love it.
Do that thing when they're like, my friend's going to show you what they've been making and you better be nice about it, and I'll show it.
I'm more of a QVC gal. I'm like, for the next 30 minutes, Stephanie has a multicolored iguana.
This is my latest
from the 90s.
fidget.
Vintage.
And it's vintage, and I made it myself.
It stretches.
And I really am going to go places with this. Well, Nora was like,
prototype.
I had already gotten my, little gizmos and gadgets for the Halloween bag, because much like the trunk or treat, we take a little goodie bag seriously, even if it's the graphic. There's always something that's extra. It's not going to just be like the box of it. Like, I have to do a little something in there that makes it feel more personal. So I had a strong thing going, and then I was like, making these with my kid for fun, because I was reverting back to my 90s days. And Nora goes, you know what we should do? Make one for every kid in my class. And I was like, for Christmas? I'm like, that would be perfect. I'm going to be sitting a lot. She goes, for Halloween. And I go, don't be silly. We can't make all these for Halloween. 56 lizards I've made so far. 56 lizards is what is keeping me from the brink.
Well, you still have to make me one, so make it 57. I don't want that one. I feel like you're really stretching that one out.
No, this is mine. This is mine. This is
that
my
one seems lived in.
This is mine.
And I am also the mom that, like, I have to show everybody that I have Canva by, like, making a personalized, like, animation
for one
of
holiday
my
a year
child.
at least. I will let everybody know I still have Canva Premium.
Yeah, I'm going to make it worth it by sending 48-cent prints to Walgreens of my kid animated that says, Your ghoul friend Lennon.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to do this on a budget. And once again, like I said, the budget always changes. So some years might be more elaborate than others,
For sure.
And I feel as though this does not have to be a standard. Like, we do not need to make boxes. If you cannot do this, I completely understand.
Of course.
But I have good faith that in every class, there's at least one kid that their mom either
That's all
has
you
the means to
need.
do it or has
Or
the
the
mental
illnesses.
capacity to not get past it.
To think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
One or the other.
I'm literally like, if they like tell me to come in and have like a muffin with mom, or they tell me to fucking like bring a grandparent day, you know, like
If
everything
this is the
has to
most
happen.
indulgent thing that I do is make way too many keychains so that my daughter's classmates and son all feel special, then sue
That's the
me.
thing. And I feel like it's just a simple thing that makes a kid feel special, and not everybody's getting that from everywhere.
Because how cool. So I did this for Christmas a few years ago for Nora's classmates, and then they all had them on their backpacks, and I just thought it was like a cool thing that like they all were part of a little thing together.
I do
So that was another
personally
thing.
I personally like to get a like something for school, like a school supply, because Lennon will be like, so and so is using their pen,
using their pencil.
so and so is
Exactly.
using their, we did bookmarks one year, so like everybody was using their bookmarks. So I just feel like it's another thing that brings them closer to their community in a way that I can personally orchestrate with her. So
Totally.
I love it, and I feel as though you're going to probably make a lot of those fucking lizards. I hope you learn to make something else, because I want more than just lizards.
Well, there
for the
are a
next
couple
3
bright
months.
sides. I wrote down one in my notes. I was like, oh my God. I just, thought
Oh
of
my
something.
God, a bright side. Tell us. Tell the class.
I wrote it down, I think, so I can get it right.
She takes out a tissue.
Positive surgery things, :
There's
wide
one thing.
leg pants are in, period.
Oh, I told you that. That was from me. You're welcome. Because
So
it's true.
everything's
Imagine
fine.
it's happening in the early 2000s.
Exactly.
You could never.
When
You could
skinny
never.
jeans were it.
Hollister jeans. Imagine.
What would I do? What would I? You're not even
You'd
gonna
be
see.
pantless.
You're not even gonna see
In
my
the fall,
6
me
knee
and
brace.
you literally are already dressed for the Handmaid's Tale event that is going on. We love a billowy skirt. We love it.
Nobody's gonna know.
Honestly, Donnie, just send me a bonnet. I only need a bonnet.
It's the one thing I don't have.
Even from going to Hamilton, have one of those weird peplum-y shirts.
You do. You have a high collar.
I literally only need a bonnet, and then
You
I'm
just
under
need-
his eye.
Well, he's not going to send one if I know anything about him.
He's going to make you order it from Jeff independently.
You know what? I think I feel okay right now.
That.
I feel like I got a little bit out. Like,
Thank
I'm
you,
not going to feel
Rudies.
good maybe tomorrow, but like I'm just saying, like right now, I'm like kind of okay.
I love that. That's all we need. Thank you, Rudies.
Thanks,
Good night.
Rudies. Good night.